are talking about sexual reproduction, and we know that science is all about questioning. You might ask me, when there is asexual reproduction, which is very convenient so that a single organism reproduces its younger one very easily. But why do we have this sexual reproduction in nature? Right? This question may arise. Even our scientists get encountered with the same question. This is one of the important unanswered questions in biology and has been the focus of much research beginning in the later half of 20th century. There are several possible explanations. One of them is talking about the variation. That talks that the variation that sexual reproduction creates among the offspring is very important for the survival and reproduction of the population. Thus, on average, a sexually reproducing population will live more descendants than otherwise similarly asexually reproducing population. The only source of variation in asexual organisms, if you see into it, that is mutation. This is the ultimate source of variation in sexual organisms as well. But in addition to those, different mutations are continually reshuffled from one generation to the next when different parents combine their unique genomes and the genes are mixed into different combinations by the process of meiosis. The meiosis is the division of the contents of the nucleus, dividing the chromosomes among gametes. Let's take an example for this reshuffling process. Okay? Let us consider your grandparents first. There will be your mother's father and mother, and also your father's father and mother, right? Yes. Your grandparents will be having complete different set of genes in them. Their genomes are unique. We should know that every human being or any species for that matter have different genomes as your fingerprints. As we know, our fingerprints will differ from one to another. Even those genomes are different from one another. Your grandparents, it means your grandmother and grandfather, will give their genomes with a different combination to your father, as well as here your mother's father and mother also gives completely different combination of genome to your mother. Now your father and mother's genomes comes together, shuffles there and gives a different, very unique set of genes into you as well. That's why you are so different from your grandparents, but still have their little bit qualities, right? The process of meiosis produces unique reproductive cells that are called as gametes. Do you know how many chromosomes are there in our body? It is 46. It is 23 pairs of chromosomes generally. It is in the form of pairs. There are 23 pairs. The meiosis will lead to make it into gametes by segregating them into 23 and 23. Thereby, you have half the number of the chromosomes which is present in your parents. It means half the number, 23 from your father and 23 from your mother. This is how it goes. Some animals have very strange reproductive systems. Do you know kangaroos? These female kangaroos have 3 vaginas. 2 lateral vaginas are used to accept the sperms during the mating, and the central vagina uses it to give birth. And do you know that male kangaroos have two prolonged penis to inseminate the lateral vaginas? Isn't it very strange? Yes, in the next class, let's explore more about the sexual reproduction.